Ian, we're in your games room, your house in Ingleby Barwick. I'm surrounded by football memorabilia, most notably your shirt from the FA Trophy final, match ball, your match worn boots, your winner's medal, and we're watching the highlights of the FA Trophy final there in the background. FA Trophy final is still obviously a special memory for you.
Yeah, definitely. You know, not every player gets the opportunity to play at Wembley. I can assure you that this wouldn't be here if the result was different. But you know, I've moved on. But it's a memory that I'll always enjoy looking back at, and it's something that I can tell my grandkids and future generations of my family.
We were just talking earlier about how mad it is. The contrasting fortunes. I mean, it was only 20 months ago that game there, when you were lifting a trophy, the first ever Darlington Plate lifted trophy at Wembley. What are your recollections of the day?
Well, it was the whole package of the trip. Really, obviously, we went down the day before and trained at QPR, and then the morning of we went for a walk around Paddington, and the game just seemed to go on forever. I know, obviously, it was a long game, and they say that the Wembley pitch does drain you, but I think it was the hottest day of the year, it seemed, and everything about it was special. Obviously topped off by Chris Senior nodding in the last couple of minutes. So it's an experience that I'd love to go back to Wembley, but it was the first time for me, and not many people can say they've been there and won.
Obviously the contrasts, the fortunes of the club did change quite dramatically. 6 or 7 months later, you were leaving the club. It was obviously a very difficult departure. Must have been difficult for you at the time. Yeah,
in the May that we obviously won the trophy, and as you said, 6 months later we're being told to take pay cuts, and I felt that I was a loyal servant to the club. I enjoyed every time and every minute of the club. It's just disappointing the way that it finished. At the end of the day, though, I've got to look after myself and my family, and that resulted in me looking to go elsewhere, and that's why I signed for Grimsby. But ever since my first game against Boston for Darlington, I enjoyed every second of it. So I'll always, I can't help but keep looking at this and some of the players that obviously I played in that team and I'm coming up against now, and it's good memories and good to look back at.
Do you think it's important to focus on those memories, and there's obviously a lot of water under the bridge now, and perhaps at the time the departure might have been maybe a little acrimonious or difficult, certainly, but when you look back, when there's, over time, time's a healer, and you look back and focus on the nice memories?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously I went through 2 administrations, and it's something I wouldn't wish on anyone, whether it be a football club or any other employment. But when you look at games like this and you get this opportunity, you kind of forget about not being paid for 6 months. But my decision just came at the end that I'd been through it all. I thought that I'd done things the right way, and I wasn't treated in the manner that I would hope that I would have been treated. Hence, why I put my 14-dayer in, and it just shows that obviously they didn't want to keep me and didn't value me that much. So hence why I went my separate ways.